Hi, my name is Gudrun from GA Designs, and welcome to our live show. Happy Friday! Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday. Yay! And we are here in studio, even though half of our team is at the Minnesota Quilters show in St. Cloud, Minnesota. But we're happy to be here and happy to have all of you. So thank you so much for being here, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. You want to stick around through the end of the show and keep commenting because we have a giveaway at the end. And of course, if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube, or like and follow our page on Facebook if you are new to that as well. But thank you all for being here. It is Friday. We kick it off every Friday with a little something refreshing in a glass. And today, well, this month of June, we are focusing on cocktails that are called smashes. The second greatest thing about smashes, they're super fresh, but the great thing about smashes is it's very easy to make them virgin. So if you want to leave out the alcohol, they're just going to be just as refreshing and tasty. And today, we have one that we're calling Ginny from the Block. Yes, Ginny with a G. This is a strawberry basil smash, pretty much. So you have some strawberries and lemon juice, a little bit of agave syrup for sweetness, and then a few basil leaves. You muddle it all either in a glass. You can do it in a shaker too and shake it, but I just do it right in the glass. Then I put some ice in the glass, and some gin, and then some sparkling water, and that's all. That is all. So cheers, everybody. Happy Friday. Mr. HP is here. You want to say hi to Mr. HP? He's here,
hi,
running the show.
Take that
drink
out the way.
Cheers, cheers. So another thing we do on Fridays. Oh,
that's my wave.
That's your wave today.
Yeah.
It's the princess wave? The beauty queen wave?
Beauty queen.
So what is word of the day, sir? What's coming up in your dictionary today?
What was that word? The word of the day has to be fathers. All about the fathers today, tomorrow, the next day.
It's Father's Day weekend, everybody. So, yes, thank you to all of the fathers, whether you are genetically a father, stepfathers, mentors, brothers, uncles,
Mothers being a father.
grandfathers,
Hey.
pawpaws.
Pawpaws.
I think, it's such a big thing, I think, for kids, and especially young adults or teenagers, to have that role model. I think both, whether it's a mother figure, father figure, any kind of mentor is really important. So if you can mentor somebody, guide somebody, it's a beautiful thing. So cheers to all the fathers, whatever form they may take. Mm-hmm. Believe me, I've had to father my children sometimes. Mm-hmm. So happy Father's Day. I want to have a wonderful, wonderful, enjoyable weekend.
Do something good for the fathers.
And the pawpaws.
And the pawpaws.
Yeah. So that's a great word. The quilts on the set I wanted to talk about because some of them just came off the long arm. We have a Nikki quilt here next to me made out of the linear fabric line. This one I was working on during our retreat back in March, so I finally got it finished. And the Nikki pattern will be coming out very soon, in about a month or so. And it's quilted with the Urban Elements quilt design called Modernish. It's pretty cool. And then right behind me, now this one is a golden oldie. I don't know if you remember when we did the Kimberly Quilt Along. Like, it's been almost a year. I started working on this one from a bundle, and then I added a bunch of color club stuff, so it's really super scrappy and fun. The bundle is long gone, of course, but the quilting pattern is called Kindling. It's also an Urban Elements. And then on the cabinet is a Zoe table runner. So when we did the class packs for Zoe and Katrina, I had the option. You would have 10 blocks left to make a table runner, or 12 blocks left to make a table runner, and so that is my table runner from the Zoe, one of the Zoes I made during that class pack period. It was wonderful. So I got that quilted. It's quilted with, it's called Hearts and Loops. Something simple, but we'll take some close-ups and post those photos of these brand new quilts. So
What about behind me?
behind you, also a retreat favorite from last year, Jewel. And Jewel can be found in the new Mixology 3 book. Well, is it still new? It's still my newest until the next book comes out. So I can still kind of call it new.
Yeah.
But yes, it's hanging sideways. So if you like that orientation, you know we can always turn blocks. So it's hanging sideways, but it's kind of a cool thing. I'm liking it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll have to make one and put it sideways. Yeah, you can always change things up that way. Now, we had a wonderful day yesterday. We spent yesterday at the Minnesota Quilt Show in St. Cloud. Fabulous day. So great to meet so many of you and talk. I had a little short lecture in the vendor hall at 1 o'clock yesterday, and it was packed. We had a lot of folks. I just snapped this right before I went on stage, but there were more people that showed up after I started. It was really awesome to see so many folks. We educated a lot of folks on the stripology rulers. One of the things that GE Designs did for the show is we sponsored the youth exhibit. And so we went and found a couple of quilts that we were very familiar with. This is Oscar's quilt right there. Oscar is Nancy's son, and he finished that quilt here. And then her daughter had a table runner in the show. The one I was standing by, yep, that one. Her name is Clara, and this is the Clara table runner. Yes, so we were very proud of them, but also very excited to be able to sponsor that part of the show. It's so important to encourage the younger generation to quilt. There was one quilt in there, the youngest one hanging up was made by a 3-year-old. How amazing is that? Yes, a 3-year-old.
How is that
I mean,
possible?
you can have help. So the 3-year-old pieced it somehow, but they got help. It was just squares, but I just think that's really cool. I mean, how cool is that for that 3-year-old to come to the show and see their quilt hanging up?
That's cool.
I know. So I guess what we'll be doing with Johan real soon. He's 3, so let's go, Johan.
right.
Time for his first quilt.
Get him going early.
Oh, he would be all over it. He'd be all over it. But it was a great time, and now the staff is there for day 2 at the show and having a blast. We're having a lot of folks stopping by the booth, and so we're looking forward to seeing what came. Some photos
It was great
from
to
day
see
2.
some folks yesterday.
I know, you went all over the show.
I was all over.
Yeah, all over the show, talking to people, meeting people, talking to long armors, right? Mostly.
Mostly talking to long armors.
Because you're an aspiring one. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get there.
And everybody told you that you make a great long armor. Now, how can they tell? I
can
know
they
you
tell?
would, but it's like, how can they tell?
I don't know.
Is it just a sales trick?
Yes, they want me to buy their long arm.
Oh, probably. But you would make a great long armor. And that's not because you have long arms.
I do have long arms.
That actually is helpful.
I can reach back.
Yeah, it's helpful. But we are anxiously all now waiting for his first quilt to be quilted. He says he's not going to piece the quilt top, so I can do that.
No pressure, Mr. Johnson.
All right, so we'll keep you posted when he finishes his first long-armed quilt. But earlier this week, Wednesday morning, Colleen gave us a wonderful One Yard Wednesday show. So just a little recap on what she showed us on One Yard Wednesday. It was a short show because we had so many great things made out of it. So we had a bundle, the Little Matryoshka a bundle, which has the really cute nesting dolls and awesome, like bright, beautiful fabrics. So and then we had some of the fabrics from the line and others for in 1 yards for $7.99. So both of those together, and she showed a couple of quilts that are actually made from the same pattern. It's the 2-timer pattern from our mixology book, the first one. You actually make the same block, just reverse the colors, and you end up with 2 totally different quilts. And you can do a bunch of different layouts. So this is 2-timer A, and then we had 2-timer B, made with that beautiful bundle and just a white background. So very simple, but I absolutely love the effect. The colors are just bright and fun. Yeah, so the bundle is at the drop dead price, around $7.99 a yard. So check all that out if you want to snatch up some. I know some of them are sold out, but we have a few left, I think. It's a great price for a stash builder bundle. So check that out if you missed it. And of course, we had a big announcement on Tuesday for our next Quilt Along, the summer version. Oh, we should mention that if you wanted to make 2-timer, there was a 2-timer Quilt Along way back. So you can actually find that during a Tipsy Tuesday. This was back in 2000 or 2001. I don't remember. 2000 probably. Yeah. But it was during Tipsy Tuesday. So anyways, our next Quilt Along, I decided, summers are busy, and I was inspired to make this really quick and easy quilt, but kind of with a really cool technique. And sometimes we need a little fun and motivation to just get into our sewing rooms and make something quick and fun. So we are doing a Quickie Quilt Along. That's the summer version of the Quilt Alongs. And so, and the quilt is called Koby. So this beautiful quilt, I made this one with the greenstone bundle that was really new. I showed you that on Tuesday. It's made with the lollies. I think we're pretty much out of it, or at least very close. So the Quilt Along will take place on June 29th, which is a Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time. So it'll be just one video on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. It'll premiere just one video. So if you want to, catch it on Thursday, we'll be answering questions in the comments and everything. But then your video, after we premiere the video, it will go right into your account right away, right after. So if you can't do it right on that Thursday, you still will have access to that video forever, just from your account. So I made a second one. That fabric is called Prairie Song. We sold out of it, but I was able to secure more. So we are getting more. So you can actually just look that up. Go to the product page if you're interested in that fabric, and just add your email, and we will notify you as soon as it's back in stock. Lollies, so I don't have that here to explain it, but the fabrics edge to edge, selvage to selvage, is actually 4 different fabrics. It's really hard to explain without images, but I would just suggest you watch our show last Tuesday, Tipsy Tuesday. I showed all of them. It's really a cool concept. So here are the fabric requirements. So the Koby pattern is all you would need for the Quilt Along is the Koby pattern and some fabric. So the fabric requirements, you can use half yards. So I made the lap size, which takes 9 half yards, or 18 fat quarters, sorry. So I actually decided to use all the prints in the bundle, which was 12 half yards. So I know I just had some extra fabric, but so that's the fabric requirements for lap. We have 3 sizes: crib, lap, and then in between a full and a queen and a king size. So right away, It's a standalone pattern, but let me tell you about this special that we have going on until the 28th, so until the day before the Quilt Along. If you purchase any bundle from us, you will get the Koby quilt pattern absolutely free. So when we ship your bundle, we will add it to your order. So you don't have to put it in your cart or anything. Don't put the pattern in your cart. We will add it for free. So all you will get, though, once you see that order come through, all you will get is the fabric requirements right now, because we don't release that full pattern until the day before the Quilt Along. We just want everybody to kind of sew together or not kind of skip ahead. So on the 28th, you will have the full pattern in your account along with a cutting video. So I'll show you how to cut your fabric. I'll show you based on if you have directional fabrics, how you can adjust to that. I'll show you if you're using the lollies, the different things you can do with that, although it's fairly simple. So I'll show you all those options. And then the Quilt Along is the next day, 7 p.m. That used to be our Tipsy Tuesday time. And I know a lot of folks miss that evening show, but so we'll have a little fun party on Thursday night, that
Awesome.
29th.
Awesome.
But if you do not want to purchase a bundle, no big deal. You can still get the pattern for only $10. And again, you will receive the videos as well in your account. But once you purchase, the only thing you're going to see in your downloadable files is just the fabric requirements for now. All right? We'll be getting a lot of emails asking where the full pattern is. Not until the 28th. Okay? So, any questions on that? Any questions? No? And I did show you on Tuesday, I of course, am going to be making at least one more Koby quilt. So I had a bunch of bundles that I'm like trying to decide which ones to use. So I showed you about 10 of them on Tuesday. But if you go to our blog, so we have a special Koby Quilt Along, the Quickie Quilt Along blog post already, which we'll be adding information to, and I listed all the bundles there that I showed, just if you wanted a little inspiration. This quilt pattern is very simple, very easy and quick, perfect for absolute beginners. Of course, the Stripology XL ruler is going to be your really good friend. It's going to make it even faster and easier, but of course can be done with any rulers. I'll show you both versions. And then I wanted to say too, it's great for flannels. So I think one of my other quilts is going to be made with flannel because it's bigger pieces, it's just rectangles, so it's very easy to work with flannel for this pattern. All right, any question? A lot of folks excited. And so you can use the half yards, fat quarters, and you know, sometimes our fat quarters are a little shorter than 21 inches. Is the Quilt Along going to be more than an hour? The video is most likely not going to be more than an hour because I will skip through the steps. So you'll not be like sewing with me because it's when we've done the one-day Quilt Alongs, I'll go live in 2-hour increments. So this is only one, so I'll kind of skip through it. It's not that many steps for this quilt anyway, and we'll have the cutting. You can do all your cutting ahead of time. So it's going to be great. Unfortunately, lollies, we won't be getting any more lollies. I checked, and they are out already, so we will not be having any more lollies. How much waste if you use half yards? Not much at all. There's an option you can cut that and use it all the way up and cut a strip to use for your scrappy binding. So that is a great deal for a lap size, 9 half yards, and that includes your binding. Oh, there you go, Rose. You got your flannel quilt ready to roll. I love it. So any more question? How much waste? Oh, though I just answered that. What would be minimum size of scraps? So you want to have them at least 6 inches. And they could be half width or full width strips, but at least 6 inches. So then you can use scraps. Will a fat quarter be sufficient if directional fabric? Yes. If you have a lot of directional fabrics, just know that you might need a little bit more than the fabric requirements say, but I'm going to show you how you can use those as well. And it depends like which way the direction runs too. Layer cakes, no, you can't use those. Unfortunately, they are just not big enough. I have a package of low volume lollies from a while ago. Yes. I don't know. I don't know how big those were. Were they fat quarters or were they quarter yards? I'm not sure. If they're half yards or fat quarters, then yes, you can use them. How do I get the pattern? You can either, if you wanted to purchase fabric, we will put it automatically in your account. That's our special for free. Or just go to our website. The Koby pattern is listed there. You can purchase it for $10. Yes. That's a deal, isn't it? So love it. I'm excited. This is such a fun, quick quilt, and it goes together easy. It's a no-brainer. You could even do it when you're tired. Do it after a glass of wine. It's perfect. Get all your cutting, though, beforehand. So it's all good. All right. Lots of love. Love that. Are you supposed to have a balanced light to dark? Not necessarily. Like our bundles are most of them are all balanced. So as long as you have a balance of color, and that I mean like if you have a lot of different colors that you kind of have a similar number of the different colors. Otherwise, it can be totally scrappy. Doesn't have to be even lights and dark. So that's all. Will the YouTube video be available to everyone live? Yes, it will be available just on our YouTube channel for everyone to watch. So anybody can watch it live. All right. Awesome.
So the crowd was going crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I love it. All right, so a couple of other special I wanted to remind you of that we have going, promotions going on this month. Of course, we have got a lot of questions on the new ruler and the new book at our show yesterday. And so that is still going on. We are, of course, counting down the time until July when the ruler and books arrive, and we will ship them out right away. But now you can pre-order both the ruler and the book together, and you will get the Little Mia pattern for free with a little video demo. So, and that'll all just come into your account when we ship. So the Mia pattern is not ready yet, but because the Mia pattern uses the new ruler, so it's a perfect little test to kind of try your new ruler for the first time. It's awesome. Will Koby be picking a favorite? Yes. As you can see, he was in both photos of both quilts. He knows what to do. So we will be throwing some quilts at him and seeing which is his favorite. Oh, Jude, did Svana put you up to this one? She keeps asking, when will there be a Svana pattern? It'll come when it's the right look and the right style. There's not a Gudrun pattern either, or a Mr. HP one.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Or none of my other kids, or our other kids.
True that.
But she's the youngest, so she is demanding one. Yeah. All right, so that was the one promo I wanted to remind you about. Another promo that we have going on this month is our Color Club, and we brought some Color Club packs to the show yesterday, and they were flying out. A lot of folks that had just joined Color Club were able to, purchase some previous year's ones. So if you do join Color Club, that's our monthly subscription, so if you join, you will get the June pack, which is our beautiful apricot color, and you will get a free previous month's pack, a surprise one. So that'll ship together. So that's our promo for this month. Oh, Cindy's asking, is the Aurora kit coming back? As soon as I can find some good background fabric. I'm very kind of particular about fabric. So that particular fabric we used for the background had constellations because my original quilt kind of had constellations. So as soon as I find one that will work perfectly, we'll be restocking the Aurora kits. I think it kind of showed me that my classic quilts, people like kits for that. So we may be making some more classic quilt kits. So keep it up. Do you still see on your 30? Oh, sew on your 301. I have 3. I absolutely do. That's all I sew on at my lake house. I don't have a baby lock there because there's really no room. Well, don't have a baby lock there yet. I have to find the room. But I do have my 301 in a little cabinet. I have a position so I look out at the lake. It's beautiful. I use it all the time. Will you be autographing the new books? Yes, so I will be signing the ones if you purchase the package, the book and the ruler package. Those will all be signed, for sure. All right, any more questions on any of this stuff? Oh, that's a good idea. So, yeah, what would that look like? Well, we'll see. Once you start getting experience, you never know.
Watch out,
What you come up with. There'll be some drumsticks.
There'll be some drums.
All right, we have a lot of new pre-orders in the store if you haven't noticed. We listed a few just lately, so let me show you the new ones. We have some great ones coming up. Bluish by Zen Chic for Moda is, I'm not sure when this one, I think these are all shipping kind of late this year, but you may remember that Zen Chic a few years ago did kind of a blue line, and this is a nod back to that. What I love about it, it has all the it has the 3 tones of blues or multiple tones of blues, so it really gives a lot of texture, and I stuck with blue in this bundle because it was really cool. So excited about this. Another one that is kind of a redo is by Robin Pickens called Dandy Duo. You might have remembered Dandelion. It was called Dandy Annie, I think it was called. And so this is very similar. Of course, most of the prints have been kind of refreshed and changed the color a little bit, but this was a very hot line back, like I want to say 3 years ago. So I'm excited to see this one with, just love that gray. And I did make a large quilt out of it, which I think gave it away. I must have, because I don't know where it is, but I think I gave it away. It was beautiful. Another favorite collection for a cause. This is Etchings by Howard Marcus. All the proceeds from this go towards Parkinson's disease research, I believe. And I just love this classic colorway, the red and the aqua and that taupey gray. So it's beautiful, very classic. Then we have another one that is a nod back. We had a line a few years back called Flowers for Freya. It's by Lindsay Cull McRae for Moda. She kind of designs from feed sacks, and this is called Good Works. But the coloring is very similar to Flowers for Freya. That was a popular line and sold out really fast. So excited to get something similar back. Speaking of a classic, another line that I made a quilt out of, that was a kind of a bee-themed line by Deb Strain. We have very similar colors in this one. What I love about it is that we have just yellows and grays, and so it would be perfect for any kind of light and dark themed quilts. So just beautiful artwork by Deb as usual. I'm excited to see this and play with that. Fun to use gold or yellow instead of, you know, white for lights and darks. I love that. Next one up is by Lella Boutique. This is Love Struck by Lella Boutique. Similar to a previous line of hers, but a little bit different coloring. Really like this with the aqua blue, the pinks, and that really nice taupey brown and beautiful soft green. So beautiful 4-color line bundle. Love Struck. Then we have a monochromatic line by Holly Taylor. Something is very unusual for her. I believe this is one of her, she's about to retire. I don't know if this is her last or it's close. But again, I love the ombre effect. So we have some darkest blacks, grays, and then her beautiful off-whites, which are always really pretty. A new line from One Canoe 2 is called Willow. I love this coloring also. The teals, the aquas, and then this beautiful olive green. Just with touches of pink. So it'll be perfect to use either that kind of plummy Merlot color or the blush pink for an accent. but there's also a little bit of gold in there that you could play with. So waiting for that one. That would be fun to play with. So those are our new Moda pre-orders. So as before, if you order a pre-order, you pay in full, but you do always get a $5 off of the bundle when you pre-order it, and then we will ship it as soon as it comes in. And so just make sure you don't order it with in-stock products, because we won't ship it to you until the pre-order comes in. But it's a really, really great way to kind of plan ahead if you know you want something, to make sure you get it and kind of plan out your purchases that way. So check that out, because sometimes bundles just fly, just like our greenstone and things. As soon as we have something going on, or I show it sewn up in a quilt, they usually disappear fast. So that's a beautiful thing. All right, so I have some new stuff for you. I have a new bundle for you today. It is a Moda, and it is Deb Strain, one of my favorites always. I've been a fan of her artwork. She's a beautiful person inside and out, and makes beautiful work. So this line is her holiday line. It's called Holidays at Home. So I'm going to start with, it's a I included 4 colors in this bundle, but I'm going to start with this print. These beautiful chickadees. This is the main print on a black, but they are so cute, and all the different shades and layers of green. I just love it. I guess they're tossed, so it's not directional, which is nice. So a little bit of holly berries in there, but really a beautiful, beautiful print. So we have the more blacks. We have these beautiful pine cone and pine needles on the black background. And just so rich with the browns and the blacks. And then, of course, I gotta always include a little bit of a typography print. This one is very cute. So the black with the white script. There's no place like home. Home is where the love is. All roads lead home. Sweet holiday at home. Just all things about home. Love that. And speaking of home, here is the home. Wouldn't we like to live in one of these? It's so pretty, such classic artwork. Just love it. I love the white and the beautiful rich greens. Just the different shades just really look pretty together. We have a tone-on-tone pine cone print. So same print as here, just a tone-on-tone in the greens. And then a small print in a little bit different shade of green. So you'll see that there's 3 shades of green, and I just love that, because that's going to give your quilt so much more texture than if they were all flat, same color. And then we have the reds, 4 reds. This one, beautiful, just a small holly print with all the different shades of green. We have a classic snowflake print, white on red. And then the tone-on-tone pine cone in the red. Look at this rich red. But also you're seeing a shade difference in the reds, which is beautiful. And then we finish it off with off-white. We have the chickadee print, which is so pretty. They're so cute. Gorgeous, gorgeous print. And we have pine tree print. And look, the trees are a few different shades of green, just like they would be in the forest. Let's tighten this up. And then the last one is the small holly print, which is also gorgeous. Really, really pretty. Now, this is the bundle. There's also a panel that comes with this. And it is sold separately. It doesn't come with it. I decided to purchase the black one. I just thought it was so sharp and cool. So it is a large center image. Let me show you. That is just beautiful. Home Sweet Holidays. So this is 24 inches wide, so you could trim it to about 23, 22. But great for a door banner, anything like that. But then above and below, there's these little images. So you will get 3 chickadee ones. They're all different. And then 3 house ones. And they have a different sayings too. There's no place like home. Home is where the love is, and then all roads lead home. So let me show you the fabric pull before I show you what I'm playing with this line. We'll start with the blacks. I included a pure black just because this is such a pure black. So chalk and charcoal black has a little texture. It's not solid black. It's a little texture. And then I love just a little bit of white in there because there's white in the line Spectrastatic Black or the Spotted Celestial Onyx. All three work perfectly. For the greens, Grunge in the Forest is kind of a more olivey tone. And then the Grunge Evergreen has some of the lights and the darks. Both work well. We have the reds, Grunge Scarlet. And then I love this one. It's a lot warmer red too. Chalk and Charcoal in the Cardinal. And if you wanted to match the off-whites, I would go with the Canvas and the Antique White or the Chalk and Charcoal White, which is a little bit brighter white. So that is a nice fabric pull, but I have actually started a little project using the panels, and I got a little tip for you. I wanted to show you what I'm working on. I know you always appreciate some tips, even though it's not Tipsy Tuesday, right? But it's such a beautiful line. I love her fabrics. I always do something with her holiday lines. But so I am using the large panel. So I cut this one out to be 23 inches because 23 inches, if you have a block that finishes at 7.5 inches, it will add up to match this. So if the blocks finish at 7.5, remember this one finishes at 22.5. So 3 blocks on the sides. And the top, this you could be incorporated into any quilt that has blocks finishing at 7.5. And so 7.5